Hello, welcome to my stream. Tonight I'll be playing more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe, and last weekend we were able to beat two levels or two more objectives. They were the Coaster Canyon and the Thunderstorm Park. We struggled a lot in the Coaster Canyon, especially because I was not very concentrated on the level. I was chatting a lot with everyone in here, which was also very fine, but we were still able to beat the objective. And then we moved on to Thunderstorm Park, and I think we did a very good job in there, especially with all the things we decided to create in there. For example, the go-karts ride. So today we will be playing the next one, which seems to be the Harmonic Hills. I'm hoping it's going to be alright. It won't give us a lot of problems. And depending on how the stream goes on, we may get to Roman Village. And I do have some memories of Roman Village because I remember playing it as a kid, but I don't remember how hard it is or what's the objective in there. So hopefully those two parks, those two levels won't be a very big deal. So let's move on. Let's start them. Okay, so this is the Harmonic Hills. The local authority won't allow construction above tree height in this park. Wait, are they telling me that I can't remove trees in here? So my objective is to have at least 1,200 guests in my park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Okay, so the objective seems to be a normal one, like to get people, and the amount of people is not too much, so it seems fine. But the challenge seems to be regarding the trees. I won't be allowed to remove trees in here? Is that for real? Hi Drew, how are you doing, man? Welcome. How's your weekend? How's everything? It's been a while since I last talked to you. I hope everything's fine. So let me test that, because if I can't remove trees in here, I can't. I can't. Okay, we'll need to get some very customizable rides. Otherwise, we are not going to make it. So let me see what I have. I don't have transport rides. I do have the car ride. That's doable. I want to have the go-karts. I don't have any thrill rides. I don't have anything. We don't have anything in here. We don't even have food stalls or drink stalls. Jesus, give me maximum funding, please. We don't have anything. You are good, you're almost done with year 1 in Colorado. Wait, was it only a year, man? I don't know why it feels like you have been living there for longer. So your semester in the college it's almost over, right? It may end like in the beginning of June, I'm guessing. In here it depends. Depending on what you're studying, it can last until like July, but usually it ends before July. At least for most courses or for most degrees, I think that's how it works. Man, we don't have anything in here. Well, I will first, of course, build the information kiosk right there. Can I change the landscape at least? I can't change the landscape either? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess I'll need to deal with what I have in here instead of trying to change things, right? I'll need to find spaces to build things. Your semester is done next week already? Oh my god, in May? Wait, so is summer break like super long for you in the US? I was thinking that summer break would be only like in July. But maybe your college is different than the other ones. I don't know. I'm just surprised that it's already ending. Like in here, it's that there is still June for the students, which I actually appreciate because My English lessons they happen in the university, so I take classes following almost following the same schedule of the university. So as long as the students are getting classes or taking classes, I'm also studying English in there. So I have been enjoying a lot my English classes. So I appreciate that I still have June to keep studying. But I'm like, what the hell, Drew? You'll be back to classes in August? Okay, okay, so that's awesome. You're going to have a great break. Oh, wait, but you still have to work in the lab all summer? Oh, rip. I was about to ask you, are you like planning to travel or something? But then, rip, your lab is still there, right? But man, that's a huge break. Like, it's crazy. And is it normal? Is it what normally happens to your degree? In here, the break is almost like a month, starting on the end of June, and then it goes until August. So it's only a month. It's only July, and it depends on the degree. Maybe you travel for a week. That's already good, but that's all. Yeah, I hope you can make to that travel. I haven't been traveling. I haven't traveled to anywhere, but I was glad that my parents traveled here this week, and also my sister. It's hard for me to see my sister or to meet my sister, so it was good to see her again. It was, I believe, look at that. I think it was only the second time my sister came to my apartment, and I have been living in my apartment for 5, 6 years or something. It's been a long time since I have been living in this apartment. And my sister only came here once, but now twice. So that was insane. And I was very happy to see her again. I hope she plans to visit me more times in the future. Although I know she didn't like very much the sofa that can turn into a bed that I have in here. When I asked her if she could sleep well, she said that she couldn't sleep very well. But hopefully next time we can have a better place for her to sleep. Also, she complained about the pillow, and I can understand that because when I go to my hometown, I hate the pillows that my parents give to me there, and it sucks that I forgot my pillow in my apartment last Christmas. So I was like, oh my god, I won't be able to sleep well because I forgot my pillow. So next time I hope she brings her pillow too, so that will also help her to sleep better in my place. So let me see, what can I do in here? They are not letting me do anything. I don't even have the food stall, the drink stall. Drew, are you into the Avengers or those superhero movies? I'm not, but I have been trying to watch some of those movies because of all the hype that's going on. And I have started watching them. I watched Iron Man, Captain America, and yesterday I watched the first Avengers. I skipped some movies. I won't be watching all of them, like Thor and Iron Man 2 and some other ones. I will be watching only the ones that I think are the most important. And yeah, the first movie was alright, but I'm still a bigger fan to Spider-Man movies or X-Men movies. Actually, there is another one coming up. I'm not sure how it's called in English, but I'm guessing it may be something like Dark Phoenix. That movie is something that I must watch, and I will do my best to watch it as soon as it is released or as soon as it is out. I believe it is out next month, if I'm right. But Iron Man was not very good, in my opinion. It was normal. But Captain America surprised me a little bit. I really enjoyed watching it, and I don't regret watching it. But Iron Man was okay. Thankfully, Iron Man was better in the first Avengers movie, in my opinion. Yeah, what they did with the character was more interesting than his own movie. But I will keep going on. I will see what else I can watch. And I hope that by the time I get to the last movie, although I was spoiled, so that sucks. But by the time I get to the last movie, the Endgame movie, I can understand why people were so crazy and hyped for that. I'm actually surprised that I have been watching those movies because otherwise, like, if it wasn't for the people telling me to watch them or for all the hype that has been going on, I wouldn't watch those movies at all. And surprises can happen. I really liked the Captain America movie. It was not empty like I was expecting it to be. Iron Man was more empty, but I kind of was not expecting to like Iron Man since the beginning. One of the reasons why I'm not watching Thor is the same one. I don't think I'm going to like the character, the hero, the movie. So we at least could make this merry-go-round in here. But I'm really worried. We gotta get some new rides. And maybe I will need to build my own roller coasters because the pre-models won't be very helpful, I guess. Also, let me check the area, right? This is actually a very large park. Let me start spreading some litter bins. I do hope the guests in here they like some gentle or thrill rides more than intense rides because we are not building many of those. I will actually do some changes in here because I think that we must get the drink stall and some sort of food stall as soon as possible. So I will cancel the other ones just to have shops and stalls in here. And then with the money that I have, I will do my best to build this. And it's going to be a custom design. The question is where? This is not a bad area. Maybe in there too? Oh yeah, I will try it in there. By the way, I can't wait for us to start playing Tales of Symphonia. So hopefully I can finally finish the Bomberman game tomorrow. We are only missing two bosses, unless there is like a final boss or something extra after beating the bosses from the classic mode. And we still have the mini games, but the mini games have been repeating themselves. Like they are giving me some harder levels or harder difficulties of the same ones of the same mini games. So depending on how things go, I may not play them all if they are all like the same but harder. But let's see how that goes. I also don't know how many are left, but I do hope we can finish that game tomorrow. I just thought on something. One idea or one very good thing that I could be doing in this park is using the underground. Because they don't want me to. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I won't be able to do it. Yeah, it won't work very well. Yeah, because they are not allowing me to change the landscape. So I was thinking, oh, if we go underground, we can do whatever we want down there. But the problem is like getting underground because I would need to change a little bit of the landscape just to enter the underground tunnel, right? For example, in here, I can't go down without changing the landscape a little bit. Yeah, I'll need to face the surface and find my way in here. Is there any passages in there? Um, Maybe I need to start going up already. This actually looks like a very boring roller coaster, but I really don't know how to do this. So 15 is the height to connect it to the station. I will try doing another drop in here maybe. No, I have another idea. I will have the drop. Oh, the supports are already in their limit. So this can't be a very tall roller coaster. Okay, I did it, but I'm not really sure if this coaster is going to work for us. And again, I hope people in this park they prefer thrill or gentle rides more than intense rides because building those things it is going to be hard. So let me test this. I will actually close it. I will test it with a single car because I'm also scared of crashing. So test it with a single car. No, it looks fine. Oh, the drink stall, thank goodness. Yeah, it's fine. We did it. So let me make the food plaza right there, I guess. I've actually changed the direction. I will build it on the opposite side of the bathroom. Back here, give me 4 cars. Then inspections in every 10 minutes. Give me 15 seconds of wait. Then $2. 2 and 40. The crazy caterpillar won't fit anywhere, right? Yeah, those trees, they pretty much limit us. I do think we'll need to wait until we get more rides. Or I can build the car ride, but yeah, I guess I'll go for it. I don't have any other option, right? Where should I build that though? Back there? I guess I'll build it back there because it's a short area and I can't see myself doing anything else in there, so sure. Oh, there is a tree already? Okay, so try going, yeah, like that. I could try making like a big one so we could have different stations and it would act like a transport ride. But am I going for it? I could because this area, is it possible? I mean, it is possible, but I'm not sure if it is worth it. No, I will save that area for something else. Maybe I will be able to get the go-karts, which is much better than this. Wait, people are lost? But the park is just like a square. Why are they lost? It shouldn't be that hard for them to find themselves. What? Uh, why are they lost? Like the path is fully connected, right? There are no holes on the path. Well, I guess they are just being dumb. Oh, this is a good area. And I'll be wasting it with this ride. No, I'm going to make this a very short car ride. I don't want to... Or I can go to the other side. That's also a possibility, like that. I don't know why they are getting lost. But I don't think I can do anything right now to help them out. Maybe later, but not now. Yeah, it's a lot of people. They have the map, right? No, they don't. Wait, is the kiosk closed? It's open. Yeah, I guess I'll need to think on something about that. But I don't know what to do now. I was planning to like wait until my park had more things so I could make some other paths. Unless I create a path that connects the entrance to this part. I mean, that's all I can do right now, I guess. So I would be basically continuing this path right here. Oh, there is another tree. Okay, now that I have a food stall and a drink stall, go back to rides. Give me gentle and thrill rides. I will wait a little bit more until getting new roller coasters. I will see if the one that I have helps us out. And I will have some other gentle rides. And then maybe by year 2, I will go back to roller coasters researches. There we go. So now we have a connection. Hopefully they will find their way to the exit. That's actually very helpful because then they won't need to make this large detour to get there, right? At least I'm hoping. So this is a very tricky park. Let's have... I like the trucks. But first I need to finish this. No, this is not right. There we go. The entrance can be there. And the exit there. Oh, never mind, there is a tree right there. Oh, wait. I see, I need to change the two parts of them. Actually, I want make them all the same colors, but then change the back part, and then now I can change one by one, right? Yeah, that's much better. Oh yes, let's build the canned apple stall. So thankfully the roller coaster has been a success. I was not sure if it would be any good. And then they are getting lost. Even with the new path. But I won't change anything here. I have the feeling that This park will demand a lot of my work, attention, and focus in this very beginning, but then by the third year, I will probably have everything already looking great. So I will be able to be more distracted by that time. So this is like the opposite of what happened to me last weekend, especially with Coaster Canyon. When we were playing Coaster Canyon, I was extremely distracted in the beginning of the park, but then thankfully by the time we got to the third year, I was able to overcome the situation. In here, it is the opposite. In here, I need to focus in this very beginning because it is tricky. Like, I can't. First, I don't have what to do. Like, I don't have many rides. Second, what I have to build, I need to be creative and smart and find a right place for them in here. So this requires much more attention than Coaster Canyon, especially because we can't change the landscape. But now that I was able to make the things that I had, I need to wait and get more things. But the cycle monorail though? Hi Victor, how are you doing, man? How was your week? Was it still hot and sunny? I hope it was, man. Or at least I hope it was warm. Maybe it was a little bit cloudy, but I hope it was a great weather during the rest of your week. But how's it going? We are playing a very challenging and tricky park, like I was saying, because in this park they don't allow us to make any changes on the landscape. So we gotta find spots to fit everything we have. So that sucks. For example, I can't make it lower or raise it, and I can't get rid of the trees. So yeah, we gotta find perfect spots to everything we want to build in here. But now I believe I'm already good because at least I could make that. I could make the first roller coaster that's going to help us out. But I need more rides. I need to get more rides because I don't have options. And the one that I just got's not very good though. It's just like the car ride I just built. Although the car ride is doing alright. Oh, it's been raining now? It gotten slightly colder. I'm sorry, man. But yes, hopefully it gets warmer again soon. But it's been a pretty good week. How has it been for me? I would say it has been good and bad at the same time. It was good because my family visited me after a long time. Um, my even my sister came to visit me, which was like I believe her second time visiting my apartment, and I have been living in my apartment for a long time. So it was very good to have her in here. I hope she returns and visit me more times in the future. But yeah, it was nice to be or to spend some days with my parents. And then there was also a holiday, but it's funny that I haven't been a big fan of holidays because I do like the activities that I have been taking during the weekdays. For example, last weekend there was a holiday. This week there was also a holiday, and thanks to those two holidays, I didn't have English classes, and it makes me sad when I don't have an English class because I do like to leave my house and then go to the university and then spend some time in the university or stop by the shopping mall and of course meet up with everyone in there and talk to them and chat with them. So yeah, there was the holiday and then I only had English class once this week on Monday. So I kind of feel a little bit sad that I didn't have a second day in there. But this next week things are going to be normal again. I don't think there is going to be another holiday, so everything will go back to to normal. Yeah, because these two past weeks we had two holidays. Yeah, it was nice to spend some days with my family. We were able to go to the shopping mall. We were able to do some grocery shopping. We also went to a very good restaurant. My mother was crazy for it. Like she was really impressed with the food in there. And yeah, I was also happy that I was able to return there because they have a very good and tasteful strawberry and orange juice that's like fantastic. So I was sure that I would order that for me. So it was a very good time. And then they returned home on Thursday. Yeah, no, on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Yeah, they returned home on Tuesday. They spent only 2 days in here, but it was very good to be with them. But like I was saying, I do hope my sister visits me more often because I really can't remember she visiting me many times, and I was thinking it was only the second time she visited me. So I hope she returns more often. But how's everything, man? Are you going to get any school break or something soon? Because Drew was here earlier and he was saying that he's going to finish his college semester very soon, like next week. So I was very shocked by that. Like usually here people only get breaks from college on July, and it's only a month. So I don't know how the mid-year breaks, or actually I should say I don't know when the mid-year breaks start for people in other countries. Maybe one of the reasons why, but now I'm just imagining that. Maybe one of the reasons why it happens only in July in Brazil is because we do have so many holidays and breaks during the year that that's we need to like work for longer or study for longer until it's July, so everything was able to be completed or something. But you guys don't get that amount of holiday, so maybe because you study or you work so regularly throughout the year, you can finish or end those things sooner than us. But I'm not sure if that's how it happens. School is pretty chill right now, but I won't be getting a break until the middle of June. So that sounds more likely to be like what happens in here. Usually the school breaks are in the end of June or in the beginning of July, depending on what we're doing. So yeah, that sounds very close to what I have seen in here. But thankfully your school has been chill. Are they starting to complain about the prices? No, that guy just entered there, so we are still good in here. Victor, I can't wait to start playing Tales of Symphonia, man. I do love the games that I'm playing right now, don't get me wrong, but I'm really concerned that it's been a long time since I finished Final Fantasy VIII. So I'm starting to feel guilty that I'm not starting the other long game, and it's actually already May. So I can totally see myself like finishing the year, and the only main games I played were like Tales of Symphonia and Final Fantasy VIII. Just imagine that. That's not good. Those games that I decided to play in between Tales and Final Fantasy, they are taking way longer than what I was planning. Especially the Bomberman games. Those games, they were kind of challenging, especially the second attack. I don't regret, of course, playing them because I did like them, and that was something that I wanted to play or to do for a long time. But I'm feeling a bit depressed that I'm not starting Tales because it's already May, and I know it's going to take me like 2 to 3 months to finish Tales of Symphonia. I hope that at least I can finish Final Fantasy IX after Tales of Symphonia in this year. Maybe I won't be able to get to another big JRPG game in this year, but the options after after Final Fantasy IX actually, the options after Final Fantasy IX are either Golden Sun or Wild Arms. So maybe I won't be able to finish them, maybe start them, I'm not sure, this year. While last year we were able to beat and play Final Fantasy VII, we were able to finish Chrono Cross, but Chrono Cross started 2 years ago. Then Final Fantasy VIII, Xenogears. Actually, Final Fantasy VIII we were able to finish this year, right? But we started last year. Am I skipping another game? And by the way, really, the water slide, I don't want that. Never mind. I was thinking we played more JRPG games last year, but actually it were only Final Fantasy VII, the end of Chrono Cross, Xenogears, and Final Fantasy VIII, so four, right? So maybe I'm getting desperate over nothing because we haven't played many things last year. I mean, regarding JRPG games. I will love Tales, I do hope so. And I do have some impressions of the game, like I do have some expectations, and not all of them are good ones. So I'm really hoping that the game will surprise me and prove that I'm wrong. For example, I have the feeling that Tales may be a little bit generic, but hopefully I will be like totally wrong and then it will surprise me and then I will really love the games. I would even say that one of the things that blocked me from starting to play those games is that they look a little bit generic to me, but I think it's just my impression, and let's try them out and see if I'm and see how wrong I was, right? Yeah, maybe it's going to take me a while to finish it, especially if there are many side quests. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Don't get me wrong, because I love side questing and I love to try finding the secrets that the games have to offer to me. But if that's a game that has many side quests and maybe many secrets, it's going to take a while. They take time. Yeah, those games they do take time. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII took me a lot of time, but Xenogears took me the most time, right? No, no, no. Actually, it was Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, it was Final Fantasy VIII. It was like for only 6 hours of difference, I think. Oi, Barba, tudo bom? Tudo bem comigo, e você? Bem-vindo, cara. E aí? Do you want me to keep speaking in Portuguese with you? Yeah, everything's alright, man. How are you? Victor is sure that I will love the story of Tales. The first third or so is kind of bland, but once it really kicks, it is in a wonderful piece of art. I see, so maybe the beginning can be a little bit bad. That's okay though. The beginning of Final Fantasy VII was very slow going in my opinion. Wait, your internet almost died? I'm sorry, man. I hope you get things stable in there as soon as possible. But yes, the beginning of Final Fantasy VII was horrible in my opinion. It was super slow. and it was not open for me to explore too much or go wherever I wanted. But then after the first part of the game was incredible. I could explore, I could forget the plot and then start side questing, and I could try to find the materials or grind the materials. And in the end, it was my favorite Final Fantasy so far. But I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 9. Hi Saburo, how's it going, man? No, I don't understand it. I'm using Google Translate. Well, you could maybe understand the context, but I get you, man. I get you. You are doing very good. Nice. Nice to hear. Did anything special happen, or you are just like feeling great for no particular reason? How are you doing, Saburo? But then, Victor, even after I finish Bomberman, hopefully tomorrow, please, I need to finish that game, especially because it doesn't have too much to offer to me anymore. There is another game that I'm going to play, Victor. I'm going to be playing a game called Transistor, and according to the person that recommended it to me, which was Gabriel, it's a short game, but even a short game will take me like 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. I do hope it is a short game. I'm doing alright, man. I'm just a little bit frustrated that we are not starting Tales of Symphonia yet. Because we have been playing those other games for a long time. And I was starting to feel concerned because it's already May. So basically it's almost the middle part of the year. And the only thing I played JRPG wise in the channel so far was the end of Final Fantasy VIII. It was not even the whole game. And then we played Riven, we played 4 Bomberman games, and we are playing Roller Coaster. But I feel like we need to start another JRPG game as soon as possible, or there is the chance that we won't finish Final Fantasy IX this year. You wouldn't say the beginning of Tales of Symphonia is bad, but it's not too interesting. Maybe it's because they are setting things up and then giving you a lot of explanation about how the game works or about the character's um, backstory. So that can be a bit slow, a bit demanding. Maybe there are many tutorials, those sort of things, right? Wait, you celebrate your son's birthday? Happy birthday to him! Or Feliz Aniversário in Portuguese. He was so happy that now he's 7 years. 7 years, I was talking about Final Fantasy 7, so maybe it is a connection. Barba, does your son play video games? I'm curious to hear if he does play video games and which games you make him play or he likes to play. Do you buy him some old games like the ones for Nintendo 64 or the ones for Super Nintendo maybe? Or is he playing like today's games, you know? Subway is saying it's almost time to my awards of the channel, right? Like the Earn Awards. Man, don't tell that. It was so tough to finish the Earn Awards 2018 in time, but I was super happy with it. Oh my God, it's lagging again, man. Can you change the quality? Am I with quality options? Probably not, right, guys? I wish I had quality options because maybe it would help Victor a little bit. But I believe it's because of his internet. Thankfully, my internet has been kinda stable for most days. There are some days that it gets a little bit worse, but usually it's not for too long. Especially in comparison to some years ago. Some years ago, my internet used to be horrible. When I started streaming, I used to have so many internet problems. And today, when I face a problem, it's usually because of my own computer or because of power outages. And sometimes it's because of Twitch servers, but even the Twitch servers, they have been very good, overall speaking. So Subway is saying that on the app, I do have quality options. Victor, are you watching me on desktop? Probably Victor is watching me on desktop. The log flume? Man, I love the log flume, but I don't know if I'll be able to build that. Subaru Barba, I don't know if you guys have seen the objectives of this park. So we gotta have 1,200 people by the end of year 3. But the trick in here is that we can't change the landscape. Also, we don't have many rides. Even getting to the drink stall and to the candy apple stand was hard because I only had the bathroom and the information kiosk, and then I had to maximize the research and only allow shops and stalls research. So this park is challenging because I don't have rides to build and because I can't change the landscape. So basically I can't get rid of trees and I can't lower it or raise it. So it sucks. Like I need to find perfect spots to build everything I have to build. Yes, if only I had the maze, right, to build Subaru. Subaru is saying 10 mazes and problem solved. That's what I want. I want to get the maze. I want to get the go-karts because those are rides that I can easily find their ways into this mess. I could only build one roller coaster so far, which was this one. It's a very simple model, but thankfully the guests are liking it. And then there was a car ride, right here. So this is a very customizable park. It's going to be a very customizable park because I will need to customize all the rides, or at least those long ones. How you can build between the trees by using the custom models. Yes, not actually the custom models, by creating them myself, right? Or by using the custom option. I do need to build them like that from the scratch. That's how I have done the other rides. Victor is saying there is quality options and you have the quality set pretty low, but your internet it's still bad. Man, I'm so sorry, and I think it has been happening also since last weekend, right? I don't think you had some internet problems also last weekend. Could it be because the weather is raining? Or because of the raining weather? In here, when it rains, you guys know I have power outages, I have disconnections. I need to be lucky when it's raining and I'm streaming. Like last weekend, actually. I can't, Barbara. They don't allow me to get rid of the trees. It would be much easier, yes. Oh yeah, we are far in the game, although we still have tons and tons and tons of levels to play. But yeah, we are at the 35th stream already, so it's been a long journey into RollerCoaster Tycoon. But it's going to be even longer than that. Like, we still have way many other levels to play. We are still trying to finish the first expansion pack levels, and after those we are starting the second expansion pack that I have never played myself, so it's going to be blind for me. No, Subaru, we can't change anything in here. Not the trees, not the landscape. So that's the challenge. I do have to find my way and find perfect spots for everything. Oh wait, Victor is saying that his internet has been generally unstable for the last 6 months or so. Victor, have you contacted them? Have you called them? It has something to do with transitioning to fiber or whatever it's called. So have they been updating or changing the internet cables? Barbara, did you answer my question? I was curious to know which games your son plays, and if you probably you play with him as well, right? But I wonder if you have been giving him some old game suggestion for him to play, or he doesn't like to play video games that much. I think I will build another food plaza right here. Yeah, right here. If I can't make money with my rides, I will try making money with food. They are going to. It kind of seems like this is in order to make people pay for getting fiber connection or whatever. Wait, so not only you guys are getting a very bad um oh I see. So you're saying that now that they have the option for people to get the fiber connection plan, they are not um, supplying, or they're not giving you like an amazing and stable internet, normal internet connection, because they want people to change it to the fiber connection. That's probably more expensive, I think. But that sucks. Like it's very disrespectful with the clients. We could finally get a thrill ride. Also, if you are not satisfied with the normal internet connection, you probably would prefer changing the company, like changing the service and looking for another company that gives you a better internet connection than staying in the same company but just changing their plan, you know. I don't think that strategy of theirs is going to work because they are making their clients um, to not be satisfied with the service, so they will look to somebody else's service. Hi Electro, how's it going, man? In a lot of places, like here in California, there is only one company, seriously? But I can understand that. In my city, there are more than one company, but if you live in a building, there is basically only one company that will provide you internet service. There is another option, but it's like it's it's an option of buying an internet service that is like it may not be very stable or very good, but it can maybe be better for some people than others. So it may depend on if it's going to work for you or not. I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking in English, but let me see. It's like there are some cell phone internet companies that will give you like some internet service even for your computer, but it's not like a very good one regarding quality. It will work great for you for your cell phone, but I don't know if it's going to be a very great choice for your desktop internet or for your wireless connection in your house. But some people say it's good for them. It's not bad for them that much. But I never actually tried those services from those companies. But then if you want to get like a cable internet to your apartment, there is only one major company here. And thankfully, in my opinion, it is a good service. I was saying that it's been a long time since I last had some problems with it. Sometimes it happens, but it's also for a short time, and especially on stream, I usually don't get those problems. I used it too back in the day when I started streaming, but today it's been fine. But yeah, I also think I only have this particular company that is like major for internet for buildings or apartment buildings, tall buildings. If you are in a house, you will have more options. If you live in a house, there are more options. But in here, I would say that the buildings are built and they are already set to take that company's service into them. Like they are already ready to accept that company's service to provide internet to the whole building. So basically, I think that's what happens to my place. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that's really an option. Most internet providers couldn't care less about people who doesn't live in the city, so the options are limited to say the least. Wait, you don't live in the city, Victor? The video games my son likes to play are puzzle games. That's awesome. It's going to make your son very, very smart. Does he have 3DS? because if he has a 3DS, I would highly suggest him to play the Professor Layton games. And he likes watching television or to play on the iPad, but you try to make him to play outside, playing football and playing with friends. That's awesome, Barba, because it's so sad that today, of course it depends on the country. First of all, I need to say it depends on the country. But for example, my reality in Brazil, when I was a kid, first there wasn't like the technology we have today. Second, it was safer for kids to be playing outside. It was also more normal for kids to be playing outside home. Unfortunately, today, security is a bit worse regarding letting your kids to play outside, but it's still doable. It's just not that common or that normal. It's kind of rare for you to see kids playing outside actually. Um, Unless it is in a club or in a park or something. But when I was a kid, I used to play on my street with other neighbors and friends. But today it's very rare for you to see kids interacting like that. Or if they are interacting only like inside a building or inside a house, inside a condominium or something. And second, we have the internet and media and technology everywhere we look today, right? So those things are super distracting, and then the kids' attention go to those things and not to other people or the other kids. So it really makes me sad. It's funny that this week I was in a friend's stream and we were chatting about the old days, the old times. And when we were talking about sports that we used to play as kids, I mentioned that I used to love playing volleyball. I also still love volleyball, but I don't play it today, unfortunately. I wish I had more chances or more opportunities to be playing volleyball. But then I suddenly remembered kind of like a volleyball game that I used to play as a kid, but when I remember that, it was like, oh my god, how could I forget that used to be a thing in my childhood for so long? And I don't know exactly how to describe it in English, but it used to be a volleyball game, like you make a circle, right, with your friends, or you put everyone in a circle, and then everyone starts passing the ball to each other, like in a volleyball. But everyone needs to be counting to three passes or to three movements. I'm not sure. Three passes, right? And once it gets to the third pass, the person that gets to it needs to. Okay, how is this in English? Needs to. I'm lacking on volleyball vocabulary right now. Spike, right? I just got it. The person needs to spike into another person. So basically, it's like dodgeball. And then if the person hits another person and the ball falls on the ground, then that person that got hit, she or he goes to the center of the circle and then crouches in there until somebody else saves the person by spiking the ball on them, on the group that exists in the center. Or the other players can keep trying to spike themselves, like to see who is going to be the last one standing. So it's like a mix of volleyball and dodgeball, and it used to be called like three spikes. I'm using the English word that I got right now. Three spikes in here in Brazil. I don't know if something like that exists in other countries. I'm expecting actually to not exist, but it used to be super fun, and I totally forgot about that game until this week that there was this talk, and then I started getting flashbacks from my childhood and then playing that. Victor lives in a small town 15 minutes away from a small city. I see. So Victor, your town sounds super peaceful. Not only because it is already small, but also because the next place that's like more developed is also small. So it sounds super chill to live in there. You miss the times when you were a kid and you were playing outside with your friends. Me too. We used to play this game, Three Spikes, and dodgeball too, and also hide and seek. Then there were also other games, but I don't know if they have names in English. It is a very fun game, Electro. I hope you guys could understand it. And of course, sometimes some people could get hurt, but it was very rare for people to get hurt. There is also another thing that could happen. If somebody tries to spike the ball on you, and if you hold the ball, if the ball doesn't fall on the ground, the person that spiked the ball, the person goes to the center. Like the person joins the group of people that kind of lost the game on the center of the circle. So it is very fun. So Victor used to ride bikes around town, which he hasn't done since then. I still see kids do it, but not as much as you used to as a kid. You live in a small town, like you said, so I can totally see kids and you riding bikes in there. I I lived in a small city. My hometown is a small city, and now I live in a big city. Like I live close to Rio, so it's very big in here. There is a lot of traffic. There is a lot of cars, and it's too crowded too, and it's not safe. But there are many people that ride bikes in here, but I can't see myself doing it. I think it is too dangerous. I suck in navigation, so basically I can see myself crashing into something, someone, or somebody. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified on riding a bike today here. I tried doing it once with some friends um, in Rio, but it was not like in the city itself. It was around the beach. But even there was hard for me to ride the bike because I was nervous and I was super scared of hitting someone, hitting somebody, or losing control of the bike. So in the end, it was more uncomfortable than fun. So yeah, I can only see myself enjoying riding a bike if I have an empty lot without any living creature around. Only me, the bike, and the empty lot. That's my perfect condition to ride a bike, otherwise I will suffer. I will be too worried about causing a crash that I won't enjoy the ride. There is a park outside me, and your childhood friends used to play soccer and hide and seek. I also used to play soccer, and that's a very funny memory of mine because I haven't been too into soccer, even though I'm Brazilian. But through my entire life, I haven't been very much interested in soccer until the day my father decided to put me into a soccer club. Rip Merry-Go-Round, that was the soundtrack of our talking here. It was so funny how the music fades out. I love the merry-go-round. But yeah, my father put me into this soccer uh, group, and to my surprise, it was very fun. I played not like indoor soccer. I played in a big grass field like like normal soccer. That's more tiring than the other one I mentioned, like indoor soccer, because indoor soccer is like super short. The field is super short, so things happen super quick and super fast. No, I played the one that's like in a big field, and then things are more slow going. And to my surprise, I had very good memories in there. Even though I was not like an amazing player, I mean, maybe I was good. Like at least I used to be good in what I used to do. And my favorite thing to do, or my favorite role to play in a soccer game, was to be not a goalkeeper because I wouldn't be able to do it, but a defender. I use it to defend or protect my goal. Like I don't know the right term for that in English, but I use it to try to avoid um, not to avoid. I use it to protect the goal of my team, and yeah, to avoid us from getting goals like goals from the other team. Like I use it to try to get the ball from the other team and then move it or pass it to our attackers, and then our attackers would score the game for us or would score points for us. But I couldn't see myself being an attacker because I don't think I was very good in dodging other players, but I was good on chasing them or on pressuring them. Like, you are not going to pass through me, you know. I use it to be like Gandalf in the soccer game. You shall not pass. Yes, that's me. That's me in those childhood memories. Hi Emily, how are you doing? Welcome. We are talking about childhood memories with games we used to play or sports we used to play. Did you use it to play any sport, Emily, as a kid? We live in the Netherlands? Oh my god, such a beautiful place. A bicycle is here really a thing? It is. It is. Dude, I have never ever liked soccer, but it was still fun playing it with friends. Sometimes I get you, Victor. Me too. But the indoor soccer is something that I could never play myself because things were so fast in there, and I get lost. Like I can't handle the speed or how fast things go. Oh my God, Subaru, we got the maze. Okay, guys. Okay, I need to go back to the park, but let me finish this part of the topic. And I also hate traffic, Victor. Yeah, it sucks for us to do things outside, especially riding a bike, if there is traffic. That's what you used to do when playing soccer too. But you liked being a goalkeeper. I couldn't be a very good goalkeeper. But I like to protect the goal. Like, I like to be around the goal. And then when the other team's attackers were coming up, I was like blocking their way. Like, you are not going to score any goals in here because I'm here and I'm going to take the ball from you and then give it to our attackers so they could score the goal. I will never forget the day that I accidentally scored the goal because I was like um, making a long kick on the ball, trying to pass it to an attacker of my team that was very close to the goal, but somehow, magically, the ball turned on the air and then it went straight to the goal of the other team. That was one of the few times I scored the goal in my life, or at least while I was playing um with that soccer team, right? So yes, I still remember. I can still picture that day. It's been more than, I would even say 20 years. Maybe it's been a long time, and I still remember that freaking goal I did because the ball turned out of nowhere. It was an effect or an effectful kick, and then it went to the goal instead of going to the other member of my team. So yeah, I still remember that day. I also used it to be very good in penalties. Is that how you say it in English? Into the, I'm not sure if it is penalties. You know when it's like a draw, and then you have the golden goal time. But after that, if it's still a draw, then you go to the face-to-face player and goalkeeper part of the soccer game. I used to be good at that. I also used to be good on kicking the ball straight to the goal And in here it's called penalty. I'm not sure if that's the same word for it in English. But my biggest problem was that if I had the ball and if I had to avoid other penalties, it is the same as Dutch. There we go then. If I had to avoid the other defenders or the other players to get to the goal of the other team, I was not a very good dodger. The other team would easily get the ball from me, you know. So that's why I have never seen myself as an attacker, and I always preferred being a defender. Emily, we are mostly talking about soccer now, but we are also talking a little bit about riding a bike and volleyball. Subaru is saying, yeah, my father put me into a soccer club. Yeah, and then the merry-go-round broke down, and then the music was like, ew, how sad. Yeah. Emily used to be a fat kid that always hated sports. Really, Emily? Uh, that sucks though. Because for example, I'm a skinny kid, or I used to be a skinny kid, but maybe I'm still a kid. But everyone used to like, you are tall, so go play basketball. And then I hated basketball because basketball was not for me. Like I was not, I'm not good on dodging other people. I'm good on blocking other people, like from passing through me, but I'm not good on dodging them. Like if I have the ball on my possession and then I need to avoid the other people to get to the basket in basketball or to the goal in soccer, I can't. They will kind of predict my moves and then they will get the ball from me. So I was never good on basketball, but I could find my way, or I could find my destiny in volleyball. Volleyball was my game. I would much rather play inside or watch TV. I also like to watch some sport competitions on TV, but soccer ones only when we have like international games, the Olympics, for example, or the Pan American Games. But Brazilian soccer games, I don't like to watch them. I use it too as a kid because my family even used it to travel to the stadium, to the soccer stadium, so everyone could be there and see the soccer game together. But then I grew up and then I lost my interest on soccer. Today I can only enjoy watching soccer if it is an international competition. Also FIFA's World Cup, right? Victor is saying, I used to play with my Star Wars Lego all the freaking time. Speaking about Star Wars, may the 4th be with you, man. But yeah, I also had, Victor, a Star Wars Lego, but I believe I have said this before. And by the way, I'm chatting so much. I will try chatting and doing more things in here because now it's getting critical. And by the way, hey Yoda, how's it going, man? But give me a break in here because I gotta fix whatever is going on in this park. But I was saying that I used to love Lego, but I have never been a big fan of Star Wars. But I bought one set, and that was it. I had one single set of Star Wars Lego, and yeah, that was all I had. I'm still struggling on watching the Star Wars movies, but surprisingly, I have started watching the Marvel movies, like the ones that people have been talking so much today thanks to the Avengers Endgame. So I have been watching Captain America, Iron Man. Yesterday I watched the first The Avengers. And even if I don't love those movies or even if I don't think they are amazing, I'm giving them a shot. Some of them can surprise me, although Iron Man was still bad in my opinion. But Captain America was nice, and the first Avengers was also alright. So I need to someday give Star Wars a shot and watch them to see why are they so popular, why people love them so much. Even though some people even said that they are very overrated. So I guess I may not be too surprised. Barbara watched almost every Star Wars. I have watched only one, and according to people, it's like the worst one, Attack of the Clones. That was the only Star Wars movie I have watched, and it was around the time I used it to play with my Legos, and that's the only connection I could make to understand why I bought that single pack of Star Wars Legos back in the day. I think it was because I watched the Attack of the Clones. Basketball is good for tall people, so is volleyball. And thank goodness I was a big fan of volleyball because basketball was not for me at all. Yeah, I know, Barbara. There is so much going on that I forget the game, and it's all right. But I do want to beat the objective in here, and this park is very tricky. Yes! We got the go-karts! That's what I needed. That's what I needed. It's the perfect ride for this park. Since we can't get rid of the trees or change the landscape, the go-karts is perfect. It is perfect. Formula 1, Victor? Do you know Ayrton Senna, Victor? Because I'm guessing you used it to watch Formula 1 as a kid, and probably you have watched a little bit of Ayrton Senna's races. But it's been a long time though. It's not your thing, Barba? Yeah, I have the feeling I'm going to watch the Star Wars movies and they will be like, but I guess I will do it just so people stop bullying me because I haven't watched them. Emily can just literally can't sit and watch sports, even in Olympics or competitions. I do like to watch the Olympic games. It's so boring to me. Some sports are boring, in my opinion, too. I don't like to watch basketball, for example. Star Wars movies are bad, but then Star Wars game, The Old Republic is good. Star Wars used to be Victor's absolute favorite thing as a kid. Then music started taking over your life. I think that video games used to be my most important thing as a kid. And also some anime shows, especially Senseiya and then Pokemon. But overall speaking, I think my biggest thing as a kid used to be video game. You think it was too hyped? Yeah. I have the feeling I'm going to be very disappointed. But you watched it? I will also. I will also watch them just to see why people talk that much about those movies, right? It is if it is fast paced, then maybe. Do you like to watch volleyball, Emily? Volleyball is fast paced, in my opinion. Soccer may not be that much fast paced, unless it is indoor soccer. But then I don't like indoor soccer. I remember in one of my old streams asking people if they knew what handball was. Do you guys know what handball is? Handball is also a little bit fast-paced, but I also don't like it, especially because I had bad memories when I was kind of forced to play handball as a kid. I remember this day that I was in my school and then people were playing sports thanks to a school competition, like the different classes were competing between each other to see who would win more medals. And my class had our um, my class had a handball team, but I was not part of it. Although the day that they had like a very important game to play against the other class, a person got sick or disappeared from the team, and then I was in the school, so people like chased me and they were asking me, come on, you gotta join the team because otherwise we're going to be disqualified, and you must be there because we are missing a person, we are lacking on a person because somebody disappeared or got sick or whatever. You need to play with us or we are going to be out. And then I was like, but I don't know how to play handball, I'm bad, I suck. And then the pressure made me play it. I was not helpful at all, and it was shameful. And I got traumatized because it was horrible. I didn't know what to do. I was lost in the middle of the game. It was horrible. Seriously, it was one of those, I don't know, bad things that happen to you and then you'll never forget them anymore. Yeah, that day was rough. But I told them, like, I don't know how to play this. I'm not good at this. And then there was I, right? Or there I was. Yeah, and then there I was. Hey Early, how's it going, man? We are talking about sports. Are you good in any sports? You know, a sport that I still want to play someday, even though I think it's going to be bad, tough, and I'm going to not be good at it at all. Tennis. I have never played tennis and I have always been curious to play tennis. But like tennis, snooze. Football, snooze. Baseball, extra snooze. I have heard that baseball is kind of long and boring. Yeah, we baseball is not popular in here, so I haven't watched many baseball games or anything like that. But from what people tell me about baseball, it sounds very long, or it takes forever and nothing really happens in there. And now Emily is just confirming that. Handball is kinda of a dodgeball. Um, a little bit, Barbara. It's more like you're playing soccer with your hands. I would say it's more like water polo without water because you hold the ball. It's a tiny ball, and that ball also needs to be like bounced, like in basketball. You gotta bounce that ball and then you throw it like to the goal, just like water polo. And hi Duke, how's it going, man? What are you waiting for? Go try tennis. I know, right? I still need to try tennis. It's super cheap. Wait, maybe it is cheap in there, but it's not super cheap in here. But I do want to try playing tennis in here. One of the reasons why I haven't played it is because it feels like a very distant sport from like people in general. I don't know, it's not as easy as the other sports for you to start playing. For example, um, let's get a group and then play soccer and then oh look at that, look there, there is a soccer field in there for us to play. But where can I find a tennis court? It's hard for us to find it, or it's not that common for you to find one and then have the chance to play in one. But soccer courts, volleyball courts, you find them anywhere or everywhere. So yeah, tennis seems to be a little bit more hidden or harder for you to have a chance an opportunity to play them unless you really seek it, like unless you really go to a tennis club and ask them, come on, let me play it, or if you get a racket somehow. Otherwise it's super hard for you to have the chance to play tennis. Your brother used to play handball. It's quite a big sport here. I remember as a kid I liked dodgeball. Me too, Emily, me too. And early loves rock climbing. That's something that I haven't done a lot, I think. If I have ever rock climbed, it's been a long time. I probably did it when I was super young. Mostly because I got to hit kids as hard as I could. Oh my god, Emily. Emily is super savage. I remember the day that I got hit super hard on my face, and then I used it to have brackets on my teeth, and then the brackets they broke, and then I went to the dentist so he could fix the brackets because somebody else broke my brackets thanks to dodgeball. We're doing well, nice man. I'm doing alright too, although I should be focusing a little bit more on the game, but I will go back to the game. Thanks for playing Roller Coaster. It's a very chill game. It is a game you played a long time ago and I haven't thought about it in a while. I'm super happy that most of people of this community, they either have heard about Roller Coaster Tycoon or they have played this game like when they were super young. Because this used to be my favorite PC game as I was a kid. And I really love it. And it's always a chill time to play it, and then everyone stops by saying, oh, I haven't seen this game in a long time, or this game used to be in cereal boxes when I was a kid, which was very shocking news to me because in here I had to pay full price for it. Full price. But I'm super happy that more people know this game or they had some experience with it. Subaru, I love Mario Tennis. I really love Mario Tennis. It's one of my favorite games in the Nintendo 64. Someday, hopefully, I'm going to be playing it and streaming it. Barbara plays two kind of sports, badminton and judo. Do you know how to fight judo, Barbara? Yeah, they are very different. That's some hardcore dodgeball? Yeah. Did you guys cause any, I don't know, any damage to either another person or to a building like the place you use it to play those sports? Do you guys have any fun stories or funny stories about the times you use it to play sports? And this is where I'm taking a break on the chat because we gotta build new things in here, or at least start them. So besides the day that I got my brackets broke, there was the day that I was playing the game I was describing earlier, which is called like Three Spikes. You're playing volleyball in a circle of people, and then for each ball pass, people were counting a number like one, two, and then when it gets to three, the person must spike and then try to hit somebody else. There was a day that I was playing that, and I accidentally hit a lamp post on my school. And then the lamp bulb, of course, it fell on the ground and crashed, and I ran away. I freaking ran away. I freaking ran away before I got caught. And I don't know if even today they were ever able to learn who was the person responsible to break the lamp in there. But I freaking ran away. And I was never caught. And only today on my stream I'm confessing my crime. So if you guys have the contact of my school, please don't send this VOD or this clip to my school, please, because the mystery is still existing there, hopefully. And I don't know, who knows, maybe I became a legend, like the ghost that broke the lamp from the court. It was me. There was a rule against hitting in the face. I mean, we kind of try to not hurt people, but sometimes it's impossible because it is part of sports, right? Sometimes the adrenaline levels are so high that you kind of become aggressive into sports, and then accidents and hurting can happen. I remember that you were playing kickball. Kickball? Wait, kickball? What's kickball? Kickball to me is the game that is in Banjo Tooie. Kickball. It's like soccer but with some different rules. You broke a toe, Emily? Oh my god, Emily. And then you had a tiny boot for like 2 weeks? I also broke a part of my body thanks to sports, or kinda. I will get to that story soon. It's a very good story. I have said it before on stream, but it's also very tragic. The only story like that I have was when I was run. Wait, what? You were run over riding motocross? Your shirt was ruined and I was scared. What? Victor, what the hell? Did you hurt anything on your body thanks to that? Oh yeah, right, Subaru, and suddenly the school's director joins the stream, and then hey, so it were you, right? Or it was you that broke the lamp that caused us so much trouble back in the day. Oh, we have the golf in here. First, let's build the maze. Um, let's try building the maze. There, maybe? No, this looks a better area for the golf. I also want to go back to the talk we were having about fun games used to play as a kid, like hide and seek, but in Brazil there were also so many other ones that I don't know their names in English. So I will go back to that talk too. I think I will try building it right there. So should I go for a serious maze or what the what the F maze or crazy and dumb maze? Kickball uses the ball from dodgeball, and you run around bases in baseball. Interesting. So Victor was not hurt, thank goodness. He was wearing all the safety gear and stuff, so you were completely fine. But you were very, very scared. But I think I was more upset that my shirt got ruined. Damn. Was it one of your favorite ones? You also got a head injury when you were like 11. I had a head injury too. But it was not thanks to sports. It was because I slipped after stepping on a plastic bag, and then I hit the face on my head, like it was a very bad hit. Subway is saying because of the rules of this park he wants me to make a very small maze, but this area could have a bigger one. But okay, Subaru, it's going to be just like that then. Also because I can save time, right? And then I can move on to the go-karts or something else. Wait. There we go. Let's go and build the miniature golf. And let's build it. I know I had the perfect place. Yeah, it was here, right? At least I think so. It can be behind the food plaza. So let me tell you how I broke my arm. Um, in my school, there used to be a very large soccer field, but it was a soccer field of not really sand, but I would say ground. It was not a very quality soccer field. It was like a large ground lot, and then it had two goals for people to play soccer in there. And those goals, they were very tall. So in one day, I decided to try hanging on the goal. For some reason, I was like hanging on the goal and then swinging my body on it just to have fun, I guess. And then I accidentally slipped from the goal, and then I hit the ground over my arm. Is that right? My body was over my arm when I hit the ground, and then I broke my arm. So the teachers, the people in there, they took me to the school's doctor, and the school's doctor, they or he, right? He he did some first aid procediments on my arm, and then they, oh my god, I won't remember the word now, but I know I had this talk before, so somebody told me what was the word that I wanted, but I can't remember the word anymore. But they immobilized my arm. There we go. I will go with that. But I know there is a better word for what I want to say. They immobilized my arm, and then everything was fine. I went back to normal life until my mother decided to take me to the family's doctor. And when we were there, I got the amazing news that the school's doctor immobilized my arm wrong. And thanks to that, they would need to break my arm again. So they could immobilize it right in order to fix it, to fix the bones, because otherwise the bones would grow and uh, they would grow in the wrong direction or in the wrong way, and then it wouldn't heal. So they had to break it again so it could go to the right direction. And that's what happened to me. They literally held me and they broke my arm, like with their own hands. After it was already broken, of course. So, yeah, thank goodness I don't remember the pain anymore. But if someone ever asks me what was the worst pain you ever had in your life, that's easily going to be my answer. The day that other people broke my arm because they had to do it so they could heal my arm. So yeah, that happened to me. My arm was broken, they broke my arm again. That's the worst pain I had in my life. But thank goodness I don't remember it anymore. And then also thankfully they were able to fix my arm, and I didn't have any other problems afterwards. I would cry, especially knowing that they would be doing it to you, right? I still remember their soft words. It's going to take 3 seconds. And then Wait, similar mistake happened? Wait, it happened to you too, Yoda? But it was with your tooth? But how was it? Did the dentist remove the wrong tooth from you or something? You gotta go, Barbara. Okay, man. Have a great one. Um, take care and good night, man. Thank you for stopping by. Your older cousin and I were fighting, and I ran away into the bathroom and pushed. Oh my god, Emily, you used to be so savage. She was 5 years older and she pushed the door way hard. Emily, what the hell? That sounds like a movie plot. Man, Emily. That was also such a karma situation, like you take that so life is going to hit you back. Damn. It wasn't that big, but you were bleeding so much. Your head opened and you got four staples in your... You probably still have the scar, right? Your dad broke a finger when he was young and refused to go to the doctor? He finally decided to go to see a doctor after his finger had healed, and he couldn't move it, and it was Victor. Okay, I was saying my story thinking like, okay, the thing that happened to me as a kid is like the worst. Nobody's going to come up with anything worse than that. Well, you guys have some very awful situations too, or at least your family members. Oh wait, she hit you first? Oh, maybe I kind of lost it. But Emily, damn, do you remember what caused you to fight with your cousin like that? I wonder how is your relationship, right? How is your relationship with your cousin today? Do you guys still talk to each other? Or I don't know, you guys hate each other? By the way, Victor, my father also has a problem with some of his fingers. When he used to work in a oil, how is that in English now? Oil? Man, I should know the word though. I will say oil company, but that's not the word that I was looking for. When he used to work in an oil company, and it was like overseas, how is that called in English? And I'm so shocked that I don't know the word for that in English. I should know that. It's like the floating structure that floats and it's like overseas, so it can extract oil from the ground. How how could I forget the word for that in English? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oil rig? No, is it rig? I could show you a picture, right? If it is really rigged, then I wouldn't get it. Like rig sounds like a new word to me. But my father used to work on one of those. And there was one day that something very heavy was being carried around, and unfortunately, that heavy object fell on his fingers, or at least on the tip of some of his fingers, two fingers actually. I believe it was those two fingers in here, and then it smashed them, right? And then, thanks to that accident, blood stopped rushing on those areas. And he was taken to the hospital, and some people actually wanted to cut down those two fingers of his, but thankfully he and my mother, they were able to stop those doctors from doing that. And they insisted that the doctors had to find another solution or try their best to not give my father an amputation. And yeah, they did some surgery. They used um, some skin, right, from the ear, this part, because this is like X-ray skin of your body. There is not like bones in there, so they used that skin from my father's ears to cover the tip tops of those two fingers. And today, thankfully, my father still has those fingers, even though they are damaged, but they have nails, and they help him out with his everyday tasks. But yeah, that happened to my father. And I also remember a little bit of those days because I remember I have a memory of when I visited the hospital to see him. And I even remember the hospital food, a little bit at least. So oil rig. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. That's a rig? Yeah, cartilage. Yes, your ear has some extra cartilage that you can use to help to heal or to cover, I don't know, some other parts of your body if you need to, at least. That's what I heard about what happened to my father's fingers. They used this skin to cover his fingers. Wait, you don't know why they... Oh, you don't know why they call it that. So that was an oil rig. I will write that down because it's funny that I have studied and seen lots and lots of information about oil exploration and stuff in my life, especially because of my father. But I feel like I didn't know that the name for that in English was oil rig. So I'm kind of shocked. There is also another word. Let me see if I can find it on my notebook. Because I know I have told you this story about my arm in the past, on how I broke my arm. And there was a word that I was missing. You are hungry, Emily? What am I making for dinner tonight? I'm not sure. I cooked pasta for lunch, and I do have some options. I could cook omelette, I could cook tapioca, I could not cook anything but then eat some bread with ham. I could also eat cereal. Because my parents were here this week and we did grocery shopping, I do have options. My kitchen is full of food, thankfully. Actually, I have been cooking a lot in these past days, and that's good because I was also spending a lot of money on food or like ordering food. Wait, we're getting scenery? No, I don't want sceneries. Give me roller coasters and shops then. I give up. I can't find the word that I want on my notebook. So yeah, I will probably eat cereal or some sandwich with the bread and ham that I have. It's been way too long since you ate pasta, Victor. Seriously? You don't cook pasta? I eat pasta maybe 2 or 3 times a week, I would say. Especially if I'm cooking. So this is the word that I was trying to remember, but I forgot. What you have been really wanting is an iceberger? A cast? So that's called a cast? How can you use that in a sentence? Like, I got a cast on my arm? Yeah, I will see if on Monday I get some burgers. Because on Monday I will probably stop by the shopping mall and I will see if I buy some burgers on Monday or on Wednesday. It's been a while now, at least a few weeks, which sucks because you love pasta. Me too, man. But for whatever reason, the idea of having pasta for dinner doesn't hasn't entered your head in a while. I honestly don't have many options. I'm very picky regarding food, so when I need to cook a main dish in my place, my only options are like rice, salad, farofa, and some eggs maybe, and vinaigrette sauce, or pasta. Pasta with sausage, tomato, green peppers, onion, cilantro. Yeah, I go in one of those two things, like the rice path, rice farofa salad, or pasta. If I need to cook something that's going to give me a lot of food and then make me feel satisfied after eating it, instead of like just cooking or preparing a snack. I got a cast in my arm. Yeah, sausage. There is also cast a spell, right? Yeah, Subaru. So it seems that cast can be like a verb or a noun. I wouldn't be able to find that word. I really don't remember using cast as a noun. So I would take forever trying to remember how it was called, and I wouldn't guess it. Just like rig. Wait, do I need more mechanics? So Victor, I do eat pasta very often, but I don't eat pizza very often. So there are times that I really miss eating pizza because I usually don't buy it. Not because I don't like it, it's just because I'm not too used to buy pizza. But pasta, I eat pasta every week. In case I'm cooking tomorrow, because I cooked pasta today, tomorrow I'm going to cook rice, salad, farofa, maybe an egg, a fried egg or something. Potatoes, I forgot about the cooked potatoes that I cook. Man, they really didn't give us many rides for this park at all. Do I have any other empty area? Pizza is another thing you haven't had in quite a while. Yeah, pizza is something that I don't buy um, too often. Only when, I don't know, when I have like a special occasion to buy it, like when I want to celebrate and then I decide to buy some food and then I go for pizza. There is also like casting actors in a movie. Oh yeah. You have been making homemade pizza recently, Emily? That's something that I need to go back someday. I need to go back to baking cakes, baking pizza, because I have only tried baking pizza once and it was not that bad. I just need to make a better dough, but the taste of my dough was good. It was just the texture that was bad. It was very sticky, and I think it was sticky because I add a lot of water. So it was also hard to shape the dough, but the taste of it was awesome. You have been making them with already made flat bread and pita bread. You're just adding the sauce and toppings. Ooh, that sounds super good. Why don't you have that for dinner today, Emily? It's always great for you to have like replacements in case your house runs out of bread. My replacements are usually omelette and tapioca, but it's also good for you to have other recipes that can take bread, like Emily is doing or baking some pizza with it. I usually like to have some um, cream crackers or saltines, right? Saltines, because I also think that saltine can be a replacement for bread, especially if you have like ham and cheese. You can make some small and tiny saltine sandwiches by filling some ham and cheese into two saltines. And I bought saltines in this last grocery shopping I did with my parents because I was without it. There is stuff to make food you just personally don't want to cook. Sometimes I also don't want to cook. Sometimes I feel a little bit tired of my own food, like the taste of my food, so I want to eat uh, eat something from another place. But in these past 3 days, I have been cooking. But probably once we get to Monday, I will start eating food from other places. Tomorrow, maybe I will still cook. I'm not sure. Let's go and build the go-karts, which I'm hoping that's going to be like our main track or ride of this park. This looks like a good place. Victor very rarely cook, partly because it's kind of boring. It's not that boring, man. Especially if you do something else while you're cooking. For example, I like to either watch the YouTube videos that I watch daily while I'm cooking, or something that I was doing today, which was watching an anime on Netflix. But it's such a chill anime, and I'm talking about Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X in Brazil, that it's very chill and easygoing, that you kind of don't really need to pay too much attention to what's happening to understand the episode. So today I was watching it while I was cooking, especially because I also have watched all the YouTube videos I had to watch. But you can also put some music on and then cook. That's at least what I do. I leave something else going on, like either music or YouTube videos or even some anime that I need to watch little by little, playing or going on my TV, and then I start cooking. And also there are some dishes or some food that it's not too hard for you to cook them. I do have some very easy desserts, for example. Sometimes I'm craving some dessert or some chocolate. I have some super fast and easy 3 minutes desserts to cook that I just need to mix some 2 or 3 ingredients together and heat them up, and that's ready, or they are already cooked. It's super simple. I would honestly cook more adventure stuff if my brother wasn't such a picky eater. I'm a very picky eater though. Also, what are the... Wait, what are the what? But I'm a very picky eater. I still want to give a shot to some food. For example, after what you guys always tell me regarding Mexican food, I want to give it a shot even if I don't like it. But I'm very picky. I don't like seafood, I don't like chicken, and I don't like all the meat dishes. Yeah, I won't be able to finish this. The objectives, we need to have 1,200 guests by the end of the next year, and we can't move the landscape. We can't change the... I said move, right? That's wrong. We can't change the landscape. We can't demolish trees. We can't lower it or raise it. We gotta deal with what we have here. Not to mention that this level is not giving me a lot of different rides to build. We are already out of thrill rides and gentle rides. We are only getting roller coasters now and shops. So very tricky and limiting park, I would say. Oh, I can't go there at all. So let's finish it in here. So now that we have... Wait, you forgot to type that word? Chicken? I don't eat chicken. There are some few exceptions, for example, chicken nuggets. But overall speaking, I'm not a big fan of chicken. So now we have the go-karts, and this is pretty much going to be my main ride of this park, probably. So now I want to focus on advertisements, and I will also normalize the research. Oh, this can be very helpful, the head stall. Let's have some very crazy color for the hats, maybe this one. Oh yes, I also should pay the low one, right? But I will start doing some advertisements because we got to the final year. So that worries me a little bit. Yeah, we need to make this ride for free now. Then the other one they were complaining was the scrambled eggs. No. What was the other one? The maze. I'm a bit sad now because one of my fears about this park seems to be the case. The guests in here, they prefer exciting rides over gentle rides. So I'm seeing and reading many people complaining that I would like to go to a more intense ride than going to this. But I can't build many intense rides in here. It's complicated. You could just delete it and rebuild it. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And they will pay more again. That's right. But I will only do that if I really like don't have any other option. It's a little bit cheesy to do that. I did that though in a park that had the freaking super old rides. Right now I think it is alright if they are for free because our admission price is good and it's going to be even better soon. So I'm alright. I know I'm poor, but I'm not too worried about the money. But if we do delete it and then build it again, they will go back to it for sure. Yeah. I wonder if they. Wait, am I still struggling with the mechanics? I wonder if they have changed that idea from the other or for the other roller coaster games, but I don't think so. I think you can do that in any of them, and then people will still go to the rides, and they will think it's like it's a totally new ride, so they won't complain at all about wanting to go to a more exciting or thrill ride. Because that also happens. Like when you open the ride, they go, and then two things start to happen. First, they start complaining about the price of it. Second, they start complaining that no, I want to go to something more interesting or more intense. When you open the ride, they don't complain about that. They just go for it. The Panda Army Subaru. The problem is that should we go for it? The problem is that it's going to give me costs. I'm not having big costs with my staff already, but there are only 7 people that are unhappy. I'm still saving the Panda Army for later. I actually want to change this to minimum now. And I need to change the price for the motion simulator. Then I will give them coupons for free rides on the go-karts. And half price entry. Maybe one panda we can totally give to the park. And I will take down 1,000 of the loan. The hot dog stall, let's go for it. Do I have another place that I can have a food plaza? Maybe somewhere around there. Um, maybe there or there. We were talking about things that we usually don't eat that often. Hot dogs is something that I usually don't eat that often. Which I think is alright, especially because depending on the hot dogs can be more unhealthy than burgers, I would say. They have so many chemicals on them or in them that burgers are, at least I think that burgers are better than hot dogs regarding the chemicals. Especially if it is a homemade burger. Yeah, me too. I do love them. I do like hot dogs, but If I need to choose, I would go for burgers. Not only because I think burgers are healthier, but also because I think it's more delicious. You feel like hot dogs are summer thing in there? Summer thing in here for summer? I feel like some people would answer that eating corn on a cob is more like summer thing, but not. I'm not speaking for myself because I rarely eat corn on outside home, you know. But I have some friends that they love buying corn during summertime. You also rarely eat hot dogs. It can be tasted once in a while, but also you prefer burgers. Yeah, me too, Victor. Hot dogs are totally summer food. That's funny. I don't think hot dogs are summer food in here. I have the feeling that drinking iced tea or what's the other thing on my mind? Yeah, iced tea, corn, or maybe some barbecue. It feels more like summer, but Brazilian barbecue. Let me pick a picture. Maybe because hot dogs are so easy for you to find hot dog stands in here, like during the whole year. So it feels more like it's everyday food, although I don't eat it every day, but it's super easy for you to find them and to buy them. That it's not remarkable to a particular season. Yeah, churrasco, indeed. Churrasco or barbecue gives me a little bit of memories of summer. But the thing that gives me the most memories is the iced tea. Because at least in Rio, you can find many people selling iced tea in the beaches. So every time I go to the beach during summer, there is someone selling iced tea, and I'm talking about mate tea. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right, or maybe it is mate. I'm not sure. Mate. It sounds like the word mate, or it's spelled like the word mate. But the barbecue that I was talking about, it is like this. It's like pieces of meat or cheese on sticks. So there are some barbecue stands that sell those, and it reminds me of summer. You don't know what mate tea is? Yeah, here they walk on the sand and sell the tea. The tea is on that. Wait, where is my finger? The tea is on the barrel right there. They also sell some snacks in here. It is very good, Victor. Yeah, here are some examples of the tea that I'm talking about. I don't like it that much, but I also don't hate it. So depending on the situation, I can drink it just for nostalgia. But if I have other options, I would prefer drinking other options. Yerba mate? Yeah, it is an herb. Yeah, correct. I realized that after hearing myself, right? Yerba. It is a very popular tea here, but I don't like it that much. But I know some people that are crazy for it. They love ordering it when they are sunbathing in a beach, or when they are just um, looking for like a snack, and then they buy a snack and then they drink the tea. Because there are also many stores or tea stores in the middle of the city, and they usually have like some coffee as well or some snacks, like cheese bread, for example. But I think this that I'm saying is something that happens, I won't say only, but mostly in Rio. I don't think in other states you will easily find people selling iced tea in the beach. At least that's the impression that I have. I don't think it's something that happens in all the states. Which also reminds me that in the state that my family comes from, they sell other things on the beach. But I have no idea how to describe those things in English though. It's so Brazilian. But I will try to find a picture. Actually, I may have... Okay, I have an idea on how to explain that. But let me find a picture first. It is a snack. Yeah. Yeah, it is a snack that tastes exactly like an ice cream cone, but just the cone. And they sell it in the Northeast, uh, in the beach. But it's basically ice cream cone without the shape of a cone and without the ice cream. So it's like a big cookie that tastes like ice cream cone. Yeah, ice cream is also... Oh yeah, nice call, Emily. I remember this talk in the past, and we do have these um, these fruit things that people sell in the beach that are like not really like ice cream, but they taste like a very refreshing juice. And you can buy those things of many different flavors: strawberry chocolate cookies, um, lemon, grapes, strawberry, passion fruit, coconut. Yeah, those things are super common in here. There is like strawberry and milk as well. So I would say those are the ice creams, but not really, that you get when you are at the beach. But there are people that sell ice cream, normal ice cream, or at least the popsicles, right? They sell the popsicles. That thing is something that brings back some childhood memories to me, especially because there used to be one particular flavor of those um, dishes or of those things that I just showed on stream that I could never find it anymore after I grew up. So I really miss it because I can't find it anywhere. I can't find it to buy anywhere. The name of the flavor that I'm talking about used to be called like um wait, how do you call someone that's from Netherlands? Netherlandish? Is that a word in English? Or do you call the person like, I don't know, Dutch? But it used to be called like Netherlands cream. And it was a very good taste, a very tasteful um, dessert. But it was only in my childhood. Now I can't find that anymore and anywhere. Although I know that if I look up on Google, I can find the recipe for it. But even you call them Dutch, right? Even with the... But Dutch is also for people from Belgium, isn't it? It's like Belgium and Netherlands. Speaking about ice cream, even with the recipe on Google, it asks you to find a particular ingredient that I don't know where I can find it or buy it. So Google doesn't help me out for that. I'm a little bit concerned with this park, but I still think we are going to be alright. And you know what? I should save the game because we haven't saved yet. So I will save the game, especially in case things go bad. We are like only missing 420 guests, and the money is doing alright, so in case we need to do more advertisements, we will be able to do them. My only concern, or my biggest concern right now, is that we are not really getting many rides, or we are only getting like extra things. So in case my guests start complaining about the things that I have right now, that can drop my park rating. And by dropping the park rating, less people are going to come to the park. That's the only thing that's bothering me. If I will still need to build something that's like huge or expensive in order to keep my park rating high. I do have some other options, but for example, I could build this, or I could try building that roller coaster, but or the chairlift too. I only wish I had more preset things like the merry-go-round, the scrambled eggs. I forgot about the log flume. I'm definitely not building the water slide, that thing is dangerous. The log flume can be hard to build, but it's definitely worth it. Or I could actually build another one of that roller coaster. And by the way, why are those two cars super close to each other? What happened to the waiting time? That, did you guys see that? The two cars, they stopped right there. That could totally be a crash if I wasn't paying attention to it. Or if I weren't, right? If I weren't paying attention to it. That right there would be a crash. Because then the other cars would get to them. And it was all because the roller coaster broke. But did you see that the two cars they got stuck in that turn? The two of them they got stuck in there. They kind of lost their momentum, and once the roller coaster was fixed, the two cars they got stuck in there. They couldn't make to the ramp because they lost their momentum. It was weird, and I'm glad I could see it happening. Maybe it wouldn't be a crash, depending on how the other cars would bump on them, but definitely very risky. It was a very risky situation because those two cars, they were by the end of this ramp, and then when it was fixed, they were able to get to the turn, but then they didn't have the speed anymore, so they were like stuck in there. And then the third car would get to them, and then probably the fourth one, and they would all be very close to each other. That's super dangerous. I will try to pay more attention in case the roller coaster breaks down again, so I will go there and check to see if everything's alright. Wait, he's heading for roller again? But that's because of inspection, right? He wants to inspect the roller coaster, is it? It's It broke down again? Yes, Subaru. Why? This freaking roller coaster is so bad. I was thinking he was going there just to inspect it. But this time the cars, they are all on the station, so that's okay. Once it is fixed, the cars will respect the minimum waiting time. The problem is when it breaks down and there is a car in the middle of the ride. I couldn't read it, man. I lost it. I could only see it broke again thanks to that right there. So now we are missing. Wait a second. No. I was doing the right math. We are missing 300 gas now. And we have June, July, August, September, and October. We have 5 months. We were talking about food. I just remember that before starting the stream, I was sunbathing, and then I could smell one of my neighbors baking a chocolate cake. That was like a torture. It was a very good smell. And it's been a while since I last had chocolate cake. When I want to eat chocolate, I usually cook chocolate, but not the cake. But that was a very particular, not particular, but it was the smell of not only chocolate, it was the smell of chocolate cake. So it was a very specific smell. On the other hand, my parents, when they were here, they they bought probably the worst orange cake I have ever had in my life. And then after they returned to my hometown, they left the cake in here, the leftovers of it. No, it was so bad. I had to throw it away. It was edible, but it didn't taste like orange cake. It tastes like something else, and I was not a fan of that other taste. My sister still liked the cake, even though it was not tasting like orange. But I was not a fan. I'm really struggling in getting some cakes. Yes, I am, especially because I'm always like talking about how, um, for example, the Brazilian carrot cake is so good in comparison to any other cake. And I remember chatting about that in my stream, in other people's streams. But when am I finally going to buy the freaking Brazilian carrot cake? It's been a long time too that I had that cake. So I'm struggling with getting a cake or buying a cake. Or baking a cake myself, right? I do have some bananas in here. I could try baking a banana cake. Or apples, I also bought some apples. And I do think my apple cake is like the best cake I can bake. But it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I baked the cake. It's a lot of work, and I have been replacing cakes for other desserts that are easier for me to do them or to cook them. Like I can make some easy chocolate cream, or I can make some jello as well, which is super simple to do. I also have a lot of guava paste in my place. I just need to open the package and then it's ready for me to start eating it. I also bought some coconut cookies. So I avoid having the work of baking a cake. And when I check the prices of the cakes on my, or in my, not in my, actually, let me say it again. When I check the prices of cakes in the bakery next to my home, it's expensive and it's usually not worth it. Emily, I do have the cookies. I can get them to show them to you. They look like donuts, but not really donuts because it's just the round shape um, of donuts. I will get them. You need butter to make those homemade cookies? Yeah, I'm talking about these cookies right here. These ones are coconut and they are very crunchy. These are very traditional snacks in here. You can find those cookies of many different flavors. That's the coconut one, but there is the chocolate one, there is the cinnamon banana one. Is it banana or apple? Actually, it is cinnamon apple. Yeah. There is the milk one, that's also one of my favorites, but I have only bought the coconut one. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, there is the corn one, but I don't like it that much. So those are very good cookies for you to eat when you are like drinking coffee or eating your breakfast or something. But I usually eat them when I'm watching a movie or when I'm watching YouTube, and I don't have a particular time to start eating them. I actually finish those cookies super fast. I can eat this whole package super fast because they are very good. Subway is telling me to go to more birthday parties because they will have free cakes in there. It's funny that you are saying that, Subaru, because yesterday was my sister's birthday, but she was already back home, so I was not with her. But yesterday was also a friend's birthday, but I wasn't able to go to her birthday party because I felt like the other people I knew and that were friends in common with her, they were not going. So I felt like if I go, I will feel alone in there, so I decided to not go. Yeah, I would go, but because the other people I knew that were invited and they told me that they couldn't go, I decided to not go too because I don't want to go there and then don't know anyone else and then feel awkward, right? So I decided to not go. But yesterday there was a birthday party and it was my sister's birthday. We are planning on making some sugar cookies. Ooh, chocolate chip cookies, yeah. You can get some chocolate cookies of these too. But you are planning to do those round cookies, right, Emily? In here you can buy those cookies on Subway. Yes, Subway sell those cookies. Those cookies are not very common in Brazil, but a place that sells them is Subway. Usually they have some combos that you can buy the sub, the sandwich, and then you can have soda, and then the cookie. I tried baking some of those cookies when I had peanut butter in my place, thanks to It's Too Early that sent them to me, and they were very, very good. The peanut butter one. But that was my only time trying to bake those cookies. They sell those in there as well. Yeah, here it's pretty much the only place I recall that sell those cookies. Other stores will be selling other desserts. For example, McDonald's likes to sell pies, like apple pie. And probably they still have the banana pie as well. Burger King? Wait, Burger King has cookies? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember if Burger King has like a traditional dessert, but I can only remember the ice creams and the yeah. I don't think they have cookies, but they must have something else other than ice creams. Do you like Subway, Emily? I do like Subway, but of course it depends on the place or on the store that you are buying your sandwich, because some ones are better than others. The quality may change. Burger King has cookies there. I'm not sure if they have cookies in here, but they must have something else other than wait other than they must have something else other than ice cream for desserts. McDonald's in there has cookies? No, in here they don't. In here they have the pies, an apple if you want to eat an apple, the ice creams, and that's it. Yeah, they also have the milkshakes, right? But I can only find ice cream pictures and the milkshake. Yeah, Burger King in here they don't sell cookies. It's only freaking Subway. So we are almost finishing the low one, and also the guests is almost there. We have 3 months to get 180 guests. I like Subway too. I think Subway is a more healthy option of those fast foods. Of course, it is not like the best option ever. Like there are even other places that I could go to eat a more healthy meal. But I do like to have Subway as an option because I can eat some more salad in there or not eat something that's too fried. For example, like a burger, I can try ordering some ham sandwich or some pepperoni sandwich. And I do like the sauces too, like the barbecue sauce and then honey mustard that I usually don't find in McDonald's or in Burger King, especially the honey mustard one. There used to be a store near you, but it closed down, a Subway one. In here, they used to not deliver in my place, but now they are delivering. Now they are delivering in my place, which is awesome. But the only problem is that if I go to the store, to the physical store, then I will be able to buy the daily special Subway or the daily special sandwich that will have like a very good price. But if I order by using my smartphone, I won't get the offer. So it's way better for me to go to the place and order in there than buying it from my place. Because in here every day they have like an offer for a different sandwich. But when I'm checking on mobile, they don't have that. So the low one is finally gone. So now all the money we get is going for the advertisements. I need to go to the bathroom. We only have 2 bathrooms, right? I will add 2 more. A lot of people want to go home. We may need the Panda army soon, guys. I won't build roller coasters anymore, so let's only get shops and stalls. And I think I will save the game in here again, because we're only missing 120 guests, or actually 130 guests, and we still have 3 months, so it's a good spot to save the game. Let me turn my fan on in here. I just realized that it was turned off because I was using the air conditioner before, but now I turned it off. But I usually always have my fan on. I hope it is not making the mic worse, because sometimes it is located or turned into a position that can make my mic sound worse. Okay, so back to the advertisements. Free ice creams. This is going to be a little bit off topic, but did you guys check the Steam sale that has been going on? Some prices in that Steam sale have been good prices, but I'm still trying hard to not buy anything right now. But I wonder if you guys have bought anything or if you guys checked the sale. There are some very good prices, especially for Sonic games. But also Star Ocean, which is a JRPG that I want to play at some point, has a very good price. Some Tales games are also in a very good offer. The Mega Man games as well. Then a Hat in Time is like half price off, which is the highest sale I have ever seen to a Hat in Time. But I'm still trying to hold on because I have other games to play and only buy those things later. So Subaru is telling me that there is no noise going on. That's good because I feel concerned when I have my fan close to me. Usually people let me know, like especially Riker. Riker always tells me your fan is making your mic worse. You heard of who, Yoda? Dyson fan? No, I haven't heard of Dyson fan. Should I Google it? It is a really fancy looking fan. How can a fan be fancy looking or high tech? Wait, what? What? How is that a fan? Uh, what? Yoda, have you ever seen the Dyson fan in real life? And if you have, please let me know what happens in there. It is really high-tech looking. It is not very practical. Oh yeah, right. Probably that's super expensive, so it's better for you to buy multiple simple fans instead of buying a single and tiny one like that. Wait, you have seen it in real life? Oh my god! You have seen it in your Costco nearby. Subaru, you forgot to check? Subaru forgot to check on Steam, like the sale on Steam. There are some really good deals, Subaru. But I will still stay strong and not buy anything right now. We have 2 months and we are still missing 130 guests. We are kind of, yeah, we are totally stabilized in that number, 1070. At least we could decrease a little bit the amount of people that wanted to go home. Oh, okay, I see. Subaru is saying that he's not going to buy anything, but he wants to know if there is something for free. I don't know if there is something for free on Steam, but after um, Sertaki, I believe it was Sertaki. After Sertaki told me about Epic Games and how Epic Games give away a free game in every 2 weeks, there is a new Epic Games game being given away on Epic Games. It is the Slime Range, if I'm right. So there is that. If you have the Epic Games launcher or the Epic Games store installed in your computer, you can go there and get that game for free. Actually, I think I heard some news that a very huge game is going to be taken down from Steam, and people will only be able to play it on Epic Games, but I can't remember which game was that one. But I was reading something like that this week, and I was like, really, they are doing that? People are going to be upset because probably they prefer buying their games on Steam. I can't remember which game was it. I don't know if it was, I don't know, PUBG or something, but it was a big game. It's funny that not only in the games industry we are having something like that, that different companies are having their own stores and their own launchers, but if you pay attention to what's happening to the series universe, like you have Netflix and then you have Amazon Prime and then you have HBO Plus, it's like the same thing that's happening with the games. You have Uplay, you have Epic Games, you have Steam. By the end of the year, we are going to have Google Stadia. I think just in case, I will try a roller coaster, a small one, just for safety. Sabri is saying that those things they start easily, but if they are going to last, that's another talk. Wait, Discord also has a store? Seriously? You can buy games on Discord? This is a very gentle roller coaster, by the way. It's almost like a chairlift. We were able to get to the amount of people, but now we gotta keep it, right? We gotta keep it until the end of this month. Motion Simulator, Roller Coaster 2. Wait, isn't this Roller Coaster 2? So hopefully we will be able to finish this park, but the question is, should we start a new park after this one? Or should I call it a day? What are the plans for next weekend? So I'm hoping that tomorrow we can finish Bomberman. We are only missing two bosses in the classic mode, and then there are the mini games, but the mini games have been repeating themselves, but in harder difficulties of them. So I will see if I finish Bomberman tomorrow, even if I don't play all the mini games because they have been repeating themselves. But I'll try my best to finish everything. So next weekend, I would still go back to RollerCoaster Tycoon because I will be starting the game that Gabriel wants me to play on Sunday, which is an RPG game that, according to him, is super short. It's called Transistor, if I'm right. It was actually one of the free games I got from Epic Games. I will also need to test it out. I'm not sure if it's going to run on my computer. If it runs, then I'll be playing it. If it doesn't, then I probably will play more RollerCoaster Tycoon on Sunday. And after Transistor is gone, or after Transistor is over, I'm starting Tails. And I probably won't be beating all the objectives of RollerCoaster Tycoon of this first expansion pack before Tails. I will probably take a break and then return to RollerCoaster Tycoon later on. I'm not sure if after Tails and before Final Fantasy IX, but definitely in the future. So those are the plans. Tomorrow it's Bomberman, hopefully for the last time. And then Transistor next weekend in case it works. There are of course other Bomberman games that I still need to play, but not for Nintendo 64. But I will save those games for the future. Like I will take a break of Bomberman, and then hopefully in some years I decide to go to the next games like the Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games. There is even one for Sega Genesis that I remember playing as a kid. But right now I only want to play the Nintendo 64 ones. Maybe the next franchise that I want to try playing its games in a sequel or in a sequence is Rayman. I still need to play Rayman 1. I have never played Rayman 1, although I have heard some people saying it's a very difficult game. But I want to play it. Then there is Rayman 2 The Great Escape that I have played it for Nintendo 64, but I was not able to beat it because there is a very hard level close to the end of it. But I want to try it again. I want to try beating it. Then there is Rayman 3 that I have never played, and I'm not sure if my computer will be able to run it, but I will hope I can find a way to make it run. Even if I need to buy the game from the Uplay store instead of emulating it, because I believe if I buy the game, it's going to be easier for me to run it on my computer than emulating it. Then there are the other two Rayman games, Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, and I already have both. And I have played Rayman Origins until the end on my 3DS, but not until the end on the Wii, the console that was released the first. And then Rayman Legends, I remember playing it a little bit, but I have watched the people playing it until the end, so those games will be kind of semi-blind because I have I have either played them myself or I have watched people playing it or playing them, and we did it. While I was chatting, I did it. Thankfully, we didn't have any surprise drop on the amount of guests because I was not paying attention anymore. Very tricky, challenging park, this one. It was kind of painful to not be able to do whatever I wanted, and also the fact that they didn't give us many things to do, so it was very limited, a very limited park. Thank you, Subaru, we did it, man. This was a very annoying park, to be honest. I can understand the challenge on not being able to change the landscape, but I wish they could give us more rides and more variety of things because they could have given us more things, you know. But no, let's give them like three rides and I don't know some small amount of gentle rides, and then the research is done. But I don't know if I should start the next level today, which is going to be the Roman village, right? Oh, this is a hard one. It is like 3 years long and it demands 1,500 guests in my park. So I do remember this level a little bit. It's a very beautiful one, as you guys can see. But I didn't remember the. Oh, we have the Roman entertainer. I forgot about this guy. So this is not the Panda army level. This is the Roman army level. But I think I will save this for next weekend. This is going to be a little bit hard. And then playing it for 3 hours today, I think we can save that for next weekend, especially because the chat and the stream, um, I think it has been very chill. Like there aren't many people in here, so I feel like I could save this for next weekend. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I can finish Bomberman, so we can move on to something else. But don't get me wrong, the Bomberman games are great, but I was expecting them to be faster. Just like the Super Nintendo ones that I could beat in one single stream, each one of them. I'm checking if I can host somebody. I believe Draco may be streaming. Oh, actually. Never mind, Draco is not streaming anymore, but I'm going to host Kate because Kate's finally playing something that I can watch. And Kate has been playing not Final Fantasy. If she was playing Final Fantasy X too, then I wouldn't be watching because I don't want to get spoiled. But she's playing Resident Evil. She's playing Resident Evil 2 blind. And Subaru, I know you really like Resident Evil. You should check her stream of Resident Evil. It's super funny because she gets scared super easily and she panics a lot. All right, Emily, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to talk to you either tomorrow or next weekend when I'm back with RollerCoaster Tycoon. And go find something good for dinner. You were wondering what you would have for dinner. I hope you can get some good option for your dinner. I will also try to cook something. I'm not sure what, but I do have options in here. Let's go there, right, Subaru? Let's go watch her playing Resident Evil 2. So thank you so much everyone for stopping by. I hope to see you guys either tomorrow or next weekend. Take care, have a good night, and goodbye. Oh yeah, I always forget this. When I'm playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, I need to close the game, and then I will be able to get to OBS. So goodbye everyone, goodbye. Wait, my computer is messing with me now. Okay, time for Control Alt Del. I'm glitching my computer right now. But I think now I did it. Okay, this time is for real. I'm not baiting you all. So, good night.